Hello everyone, it's Lauren, and for those of you that don't know me, I make videos on here based on my experiences about dealing with autism from being diagnosed with it in a time when it was poorly understood. And for those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed with a condition called pervasive developmental disorder back in 1987, and when Asperger's syndrome was introduced into diagnostics criteria, I was given that diagnosis. And in this video, I want to talk about the two books that I wrote. This book, Lipstick and Autism, is my memoir. And behind the name, why did I name it Lipstick and Autism and put all these colors of lipstick on it? For one thing, I was always a girly girl, and I really like red lipstick, and I've always wore red lipstick every time that I wore makeup, despite my mom's not liking it. And a friend on Facebook suggested the name Lipstick and Autism when I was getting ready to publish it, and I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And as you can see, here's its title, and I tried to match the subtitle. I tried to match its subtitle with its name and color coordinated it. And the other reason that I decided to name it Lipstick and Autism is because I sold Avon for years, and Avon used to be known as the company that had more lipsticks than any beauty company. And trust me, they had some bright red ones. And that's one of the reasons I liked Avon. In the book, I wanted to describe in detail my symptoms of autism, what it felt like to live with the worst of them, and not only that, but how I personally felt about how it was handled and how frustrating it was to live in a world that was not designed for differences. And because I'm a girly girl, this also matched me perfect. So, and even though it's very girly, I tried to be as raw and real about explaining what it felt like to live with autism, and I provided tons of scripture references as well as advice that I learned. And I tried to explain everything in a non-vulgar way in hopes of attracting Christians with autism. And I am an autistic Christian. I was raised in church, and I feel like as Christians we need to be supportive of people with autism, and which also led me to the writing of my next book, which is Born to Shine. And this one is an advice-filled Christian book that provides hope for those on the autism spectrum and how to apply everything to dealing with autism from a Christian perspective. And it's a 30-day book. I designed it to be 30 days because that's about how long on average it takes to see an improvement in something when you're trying to better yourself. And I included scripture references in it, so here's an idea of what it looks like. And so here's the back of it, its prices and all that. Well, when I was having to fill out a form to get this book published, I was asked about competitors for my book. And unfortunately, there is none. For a Christian advice book like this one, I could call it a devotional, but it has more in-depth information than a traditional devotional. So classically, it is a devotional, but it's different than other devotionals. And as for lipstick and autism, the only other person that's ever wrote anything about what it feels like to live on the autism spectrum would be Temple Grandin. And I am a fan of her books. Much of my information that I got for dealing with autism to put in these two books came from Temple Grandin. So if you want to purchase any of them, they're both on Amazon, and the price is not listed on the back of Lipstick and Autism, but it's $16.99 for just a paperback copy like this. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's $3.99 maybe for an ebook, and this one I made it significantly cheaper because I didn't want to make things that people couldn't afford. And this one is 99 cents on Kindle, and paperback, like you see here, is $5.99, which translates over to $6. I would not recommend buying either one of them on hardback because it's just ridiculous. I don't read hardback books, so I wouldn't advise it. And also, if you subscribe to Audible, I've made audio versions of both books. And I'm hoping to get both of them available into libraries on audiobooks. So, that is that. And I just thought I would try to briefly describe both of my books in detail. And I wrote both of them myself. Not much help. And alright guys, listen. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you hit that like, share, and subscribe. And there is more to come. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.